Hello, hello, dear colleagues. Nice to see you here. We will give you a couple of minutes. We will wait for others. Yes. And then I will introduce our speaker and we will continue. Good day, dear colleagues, or maybe better, good morning. It's still morning. We are happy to see you on our webinar about Crete Island. You will know how amazing it is. My name is Daria Romanchuka. I'm sales manager Join Up Baltics in Latvia. Nice to meet you and see you. I hope you see me and you hear me. If you have some troubles, please write it in the chat. And I want to introduce you our speaker. Her name is Evgenia Kryzhanovskaya. She is very, very experienced worker from Commerce Department. And she will tell you all, she will share all her knowledges about Crete Island, Crete experience, and all amazing hotels which we have this season. And we will manage this webinar together with her. Some parts I will take, I will explain, and you will know Crete more better. I hope it will help you in the sales. And if you have any questions, just freely, you are open to ask it in the chat, and we will try to answer to them all. Evgenia, your turn.
Thank you so much, Klemerasas, dear colleagues. Just, let's say, to make some introduction, the melody you have heard just now, it's not the folklore melody, probably you perceived it like that. It's just for your kind information, let's say, very famous melody composed by famous Greek composer Mikos Theodorakis on purpose to the well-known Oscar-winning film Greek Zorba. Just this film, which awarded some Oscar winners, it was, let's say, composed in 1954 years. So let's continue with our topic. Thank you so much for your valuable time, for your interest to the product of Join Up and Greece itself. Daria already mentioned that we will talk about the Join Up hotels, but unfortunately we are limited by the time. We will focus on guarantees and secure allotment on 2025 of Join Up portfolio. And in case you have some extra interest to the product of Join Up, for example, as family-oriented hotels or luxurious hotels, we will, with all our pleasure, will, let's say, appoint the other meeting with a specific particular topic, family-oriented and luxurious hotels. Well, so before we will approach to the main part of our meeting, like the hotel part, let me recall you what is the reason which make us to love Greece as destination and Crete particularly. So here we indicated like 5+ reasons, but definitely there are, let's say, enormous number of these reasons. And the main one, which we on purpose didn't indicate among the let's say, the 5 items, the main reason, it's not related to some material values, but it's related to the Greek spirit. More than 40% of respondents who were asked about the reason which make them to choose Greece as destination comparing to the next destination, to the rest destinations, more than 40% called the reason as Greek hospitality. So this heart-beating attitude to the guests. So it means that not everything about the money, but about the welcoming and the sincere attitude from the Greek side. Just think and take in your mind more than 40%. So it means that the Greek cuisine, wandering history, let's say the nature, the some infrastructure, touristic, and so on, it's just with a great space on the second, third, and the next places. So next reason, let's say it's absolutely obvious, as for me and for you, it's a Greek cuisine, organic products which they use, and unfortunately, well forgotten smells, flavors, aromas for us. So they continue to produce and to use it in the cuisine and in the dishes. So definitely, I know, and I'm sure that all our participants are professionals, and all my, let's say, some introduction and some pleasant words and remarks about cuisine, history, excursions, it's just some recalling, some to recall memories about the Greek destination, because let's say several days just divide us from the beginning of the season. And I'm sure that all these memories will be quite pleasant and provoke some extra let's say consequences, positive consequences for all of us. So definitely the seafood, which we relate to the Greek destination, and the next slide about the laiki or free market. I know that the last tendency among our guests, among our tourists, is like say, feel yourself local, to be local like that. So probably you know that twice or thrice a week, local farmers, locals, they bring their certificated product like fruits, vegetable, eggs, milk product, and so on. They bring in a different, before agreed places. For example, Chersonesos, Malia, Iraklio, Rethym, Nahanio, all, let's say, famous regions. And it means that not only locals, but the tourists as well, they are able to come and buy all, to purchase all products, whatever they like, whatever they want. So it means, for example, if our guests, they rent villas or apartments, Join Up has, let's say, a wide range of apartments inside of portfolio. So it means that early in the morning, okay, not early in the morning, they can come in this specific place and to purchase whatever they want. And then if, for example, the kitchen corner is equipped with electric stove, it means they can cook themselves and to feel themselves like a local. So the next slide, it's again like some, let's say, extension of the idea, feel yourself as a local. It's about the fish. Fishermen, they return from the sea approximately by the 6 o'clock with, let's say, the absolutely fresh catch. And the locals and the tourists, they can come on the specific place to buy seafood, fish, everything, whatever they want, to ask to cut, to clean the fish, and then again to let's say to try to cook themselves. For example, again upon the request or upon the wish, the personal wish. So unlike Italy and France, Greece unfortunately doesn't boast by the vineyards and the wine which it produces. Unfortunately, but as for me, they should. But maybe, let's say, maybe the Greek, the locals, and the quite how to say, just a second. Quite lazy, probably comparing with the Italy and France. But in Crete and let's say in all over the Greece, a lot of vineyards, and they produce a high quality product. And you know, Crete, Rhodos, Chalkidiki, even Zakynthos, they produce the beer, the personal, let's say, a brand of beer as well. So just for your information again, more than 20 types of cheese are patented by Greece as unique brands. So again, about your information. And then, for example, if you are keen on cheese or you're fan of cheese, you can bring some pieces from the supermarket or from the airport duty free, again, just to share again and to organize some Greek evening with your friends, with your family, and welcoming them with a local Greek cheese. So about the coffee, about the Greek coffee, which someone calls like a Turkish coffee, for me it always remains Greek coffee and no other name, just a Greek coffee. So maybe again, just for your information, if, for example, you didn't think about it or you didn't pay attention about it as well. So Greek locals, they are sweet tooth. They admire sweets, and a lot of different patisserie, like part of some patisserie chains or irrelevant independent sweet shops, there are a lot of, and Crete particularly. So it means they, some of them, they follow the idea of family patisserie. Some of them support the idea for youth, or, for example, they imply the idea of vintage style. So it means that even the small details like furniture, like cutleries, the box where they put, let's say, the biscuits, the cakes, everything. So it means that everything is dedicated to the idea, to the style of this patisserie. So Saturday morning, Sunday morning, after the church, the Greek family, they occupy this open sun terrace that belong to the patisserie and enjoy the life. So let's say that Greek local people, they provide the idea of art de vivre, art of the life in their life as well. So it's again about the art de vivre. And the ice cream, not only Italy is well known about the ice cream, but the Greece as well. So because we were talking about, let's say, some gastronomic specialties like the Greek cuisine and sweets, it means even mentally we put on some extra weight. So let's lose on. And let's remark about the some sport activities. You know that almost 4- and 5-star hotels, they integrate some sport activities like tennis, basketball, volleyball courts, and so on. Crete as well has independent golf academy, and some hotels, they have professional tennis academies. So it means, for example, like Litos Hotel, which provide more than 20 professional tennis courts with professional covering of the courts. So again, just for your information. And the last tendencies, which Greece definitely follow, it's like bird watching, some yoga lessons, bicycle, and some hiking, and so on and so on. So everything, whatever our clients need, whatever they are seeking, so we are ready, and our DMC are ready to satisfy and to meet their needs. So about, let's say, the family vacation. So you know that many Cretan hotels, they have dedicated infrastructure for kids, hotels with water slides, mini club, mini disco, playground, and as well there are several aqua parks in Crete independently. It means that our DMC is able to organize some excursions, or our guests can go themselves by car, by public transport, so any way they prefer. So my personal experience, because let's say, let me confess, the Greece is my focus of interest more than 26 years, and I spent, let's say, almost near 7 years living in Crete, and I was working in the DMC company. So it means what I am sharing with you, all my knowledge, interest, my preferences, it's based on my professional and personal heritage, I would say, like that. So again, about my perception of the happy vacation, that it's highly recommended to the guests, to the tourists, to rent a car for 1, 2, 3 days, because no one excursion, no one advice, or just conveyed, let's say, conveyed and described by someone, description of the excursion, or received experience, nothing beat personal experience received by the journey on the rent car. It's a personal discovering of destination. It's a personal discovery of Crete, and these memories will remain until the end. And nothing can be, let's say, make them vague, or let's say, to make less bright. You will keep these memories always. So it's my high recommendation. And because let's say my personal interest and my personal love is Rethymno town, so I decided, probably among our participants in our auditorium, there are colleagues who, let's say, share my love to Rethymno. Yes, that's why I decided to include several slides with absolutely fascinating views, and to just, let's say, to bring some pleasant memories to you. So it's Rethymno town. Rethymno town, it's the town which located approximately 75-80 kilometers on the west way from Iraklio, from the airport. It's the west part of Crete, and dated by 14th, 17th century. So when we talk about Rethymno, we mean Venetian period of Crete. Venetia as the now known city, but in the period of 14th until 17th century included, it was a king of Mediterranean area. So it means that Greece, Italy, and Malta, Cyprus, they were colonials of Venetia. So it means one small island, I would say island. It was in possession of Mediterranean, entire Mediterranean area. So Venetian period, it's let's say can has some unique features, characteristics. It's the architecture, it's culture, paved. Just a second, paved streets, university, which was built in the Venetian period, and so on. Just now, please, I invite you to receive, let's say, some pleasure looking at the slides and to imagine yourself walking along these narrow paved streets. So there is no auto traffic inside of this old town. It's just absolutely radiant, like a rays of the sun coming in the different, I will show you again. So you see here the harbor, and then from this harbor, like a sun rays, goes a narrow paved streets. So with the let's say the style of the buildings like that. So it's absolutely unique experience which you receive walking by the streets of the old Rethymno. Well, so again, it's just about the based on my personal experience. The locals, they keen on bird singing, and when, for example, in the morning, you walk the narrow streets, some mixture of sea smell, coffee aroma, spice aromas. So this all mixture, you feel, you enjoy the early sun and the bird singing, because they put outside the window bird cages, and it means that this is a Canarian singing. It's the like extra overtones which enrich your enjoyable moment walking by the narrow streets. So just again, it's about pardon, we have some correspondence which definitely disturb. And so it means that here you see, internal patio, which are hidden inside of these old buildings. It means that you walk along the old buildings, and you see the door which partly opened, and probably you have the idea that someone forgot to close the door. But when, for example, if you are a curious person, you try to open the door wider, and then, for example, it would be your surprise if you let's say you are stunned with the view of the internal patio. This internal patio is hidden inside of these old buildings and can be used by locals, the inhabitants of this area, as they turned into a restaurant, for example, like antique restaurant, or they can leave it for their needs, and they don't, for example, get it for some rent. So it means upon the owners. So, and again, to remind you about the excursions which we can provide, we can offer to our guests. So definitely the visit card, the business card of Crete is Eknossos Palace or Minoan Labyrinth. So there are different names. Let's say again, to draw your attention and to share with you some interesting information, I would say that there are more unknown and white pages in the history than the pages which are red. So there are much more unknown, let's say, periods and unknown information which are obvious for us if we talk about the Greek and Cretan history. The Knossos Palace is the, let's say, absolutely explicit, how to say, site and the evidence of my words. So you definitely know that, let's say, the last stage, the last period of the Knossos Palace, 2000, when we know about the Knossos Palace, the Knossos itself, because the name of this ancient city is Knossos itself. It's one of the ancient cities which were located in Crete in the Minoan period. So 2000 before the Christ, it was live and full of let's say industry and full of life city. But then something historians they say that it was some volcanic it was some let's say some volcanic eruption that unfortunately, let's say, ruined and killed everything alive what was existing. And this volcanic eruption was let's say from the sea. And 2000 before the Christ, Minoan culture and the inhabitants of the Minoan palace, this Knossos city, they left the place itself and left the area. So the let's say the ruin power of this volcanic eruption was so extremely and dramatic big than the ash. Can you imagine? The ash of this eruption was found in the glacier of Greenland in the depths of 700 meters under the level of the earth in the glaciers. And let's say I will show you the Santorini, because Crete and Santorini, they are closely connected between each other, because like a consequence of this volcanic eruption, the Santorini island, how to say, came to the life itself, because what you see and what you perceive as the island, it's let's say a lava which come out of the sea and then started to, let's say, to give the temperature outside to start to be colder. It means it's a frozen lava of the volcanic which came out of the sea. So again, returning to the Knossos Palace, 2000 years ago, before the Christ, Minoan culture, they knew about the water system, they knew about the air conditioning, they knew about the floor heating, they knew about the multi-floor buildings. So it means that 2000 before the Christ, the technology were, I would say, unexplainable comparing for now knowledge. So no one can explain. But let's say, like a person who is interested in the history, I'm continue to read some, let's say, some books which are dedicated and have the topic the ancient history, and I would like to share with you some facts. So here on the slide, you see the Santorini itself. So you see that the touristic infrastructure, hotels, villas, they're located on the height of 700 meters above the sea. Can you imagine? 700 meters above the sea. So let's say extending the topic of the Knossos and Minoan culture and Santorini, I would like to say that very famous ancient philosopher like Platon, he described in his works, let's say, ruined, lost, I would say, miracle land like Atlantis, which, in accordance with his perception and description, existed. And it was located close to the Canarian island. And because, again, unknown reasons, unknown factors, this absolutely high technology land, Atlantis island, started to be ruined and started to be crushed in some chunks, in some small pieces. And Crete, for your information, is considerable as one of these chunks of lost Atlantis. And the main part of this, unfortunately, fortunately, it has happened in our life, in our history. The main part of this island go down on the level of the Atlantic Ocean. So it means that there are a lot of, let's say, let's say, factors and a lot of unknown information, which unfortunately we don't have answers. So, and on the left side, it's let's say, it's a picture which described and which, let's say, drawn based on the description which Plato gave to the Atlantis, how it was looking. So it means the several circles which are connected between each other, and this was a capital of Atlantis itself. And let's say the last fact about the Atlantis, the Nazi Germany, the Dritte Reich or Third Reich, I mean that the period of the German history from the Hitler period and until the end of 1945. So the Nazi Germany, they perceived themselves like descendants, like offsprings. It's an interesting fact as for me, of Atlantis. So no more, no less. So half got blood in accordance with the Nazi German perception in their half got blood, let's say, people of the Third Reich. Again, so it's the second very famous ancient polis or ancient town like Gortyna. And Gortyna is famous thanks to the first written code of laws in Europe. What you see on the left side, it's the, let's say, scribbled laws of some code of some laws, how to live, how to follow. And this is definitely some very famous place like Balos and Grambusa Island. Very fascinating and attractive place, partly historical, partly some natural impression which our clients receive. And the next one is Spinalonga, UNESCO Heritage, very famous by his history, and it was until 1954 like Lepre Island, and now it's absolutely closed and empty. An empty town, empty, let's say, city, castle, I would say, castle. If you are interested in some historical Cretan sites, you can read Victoria Hislop book with the name The Island. And as well, I don't know who is the producer, some European country, they produced some series with the similar name, The Island, after the book. So you can read, or you can, for example, find out in the internet the series. So, and this is Elafonisi. In transcription, it means like, just a second, I know how to in Greece, but I don't in Greek, but I don't remember how it will be in English. Pardon, with some, let's say, unique phenomena like pink sand. So Elafonisi as well, very famous place and site in Crete. So on the left side, you know, like Forest Prevely, a palm forest close to the monastery Prevely. On the left, on the right side, it's a caves with, let's say, with some ancient tombs. So anyway, it's very famous from the ancient period. And the Samaria Gorge, let's say someone who is taking care about the health or full of curiosity, they can visit this excursion. The length of the Samaria Gorge, more than 17 kilometers, but it's absolutely fascinating and grabbing experience. And again, just for your information, if, for example, you have the idea the Samaria is only single gorge in Crete, you are wrong. Crete has more than 30 gorges, let's say, in the land, in the island, more than 30 Trianda gorges. So, and about, let's say, our partner, which we cooperate in 2025. We start cooperation with a reliable partner, but Avra is not our single partner, is not our single DMC. We continue our close, let's say, cooperation with DMC like Millennium and Kalamaki Travel. So thanks to the common efforts, we composed, as for me, unique and a great portfolio to the season 2025, which in several minutes I will share with you. Daria?
Hello once again, colleagues. This season, we just want to pay attention. Yes, just be sure that we will fly, all will be fine. We have blocks for Air Baltic from Lithuania and from Latvia, and from Estonia we will have flights with Heston Airlines. With the luggage, all is standard, all is usual, 23 kilos and plus 8 kilograms it will be for Air Baltic, and 20 plus 8 for Heston Airlines. And just want you to maybe underline that we will have flights 2 times per week. That means that clients will have opportunity to choose how many, no, more than 7 nights, not only 7. And next slide, please, Evgenia. And also, of course, we want you once again to remind about climate crisis resilience fee, just as we are named like standard tax, which all the time was in the Greece. But we want to remind that from 1st of April, it will be increasing, and this is new prices, yes. And all this information also is defined in the system. When you will book Greece, please pay attention to that. It's mentioned in the booklets for the tourists, yes. Remind for them, and they need to be ready. Unfortunately, the prices really are growing, and it's not so small as was before. That's all from my side for now.
Okay, I continue. So we approached the main part of our meeting, which is dedicated to hotel portfolio. So just to remind you that Crete is washed by 4 seas. And the main part because most of hotels are concentrated on the north part of the island, is washed by Cretan Sea. The opposite side, the southern side, is washed by Libyan or African Sea, because if, for example, it's no humidity, we are able to see the north part of Africa. And the west part is washed by Ionian Sea, and the east part by the Aegean Sea itself. So it means up to our clients which sea they prefer today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. Well, so we are focused on guarantees and secure allotment, which Join Up took by the season 2025. The portfolio itself of the Cretan hotels is up to 600. It means that, unfortunately, automatically, physically, and limited by the time, we are not able to, let's say, to even put the most, let's say, like famous, like Litos or Crete or Nana, because definitely you are well known, you are acquainted to the product about these hotels. So that's why we are focusedly approached to the guarantees and secure allotment, the product which always demanded and, let's say, consist the main part of the sales. The first name which I introduced to you, but it's not the first name for the season 2025, who, let's say, had the close cooperation with Join Up the previous year, definitely, let's say, is acquainted to the name Banana Moon Boutique Hotel. So, Banana Moon Boutique Hotel, because of the word boutique, it means that automatically we can accept that it's a small hotel with a small number of the room, up to 50, which is located in the Adele area. Adele area is 5 kilometers from the Rethymno town, and famous thanks to the Greek hotel, like Greek Hotel Crete Palace is the close neighbor of Banana Moon Boutique Hotel, Aquila Rethymna Beach, Greek Hotel Caramel. So it means this area we mean now. Banana Moon Boutique Hotel is divided in two parts. The first part with main building, because firstly was built the main building, and then I will describe you and I will tell you about the second part. The main building is located 50 meters across the road to the beach. Sunbeds and umbrellas. Achtung, Achtung, be careful. So, sunbeds and umbrellas on the beach are being provided free of charge for the Join Up guests. So they should not pay no 1 cent for the beach services. So it means that the rooms which is located in the main building, they have named double room and maisonette. Maisonette room. So here you are able to see standard double room. The meal type of Banana Moon Boutique Hotel is all-inclusive, just to remind you. And here the ground floor of maisonette, because maisonette is a double store room. You see that it's absolutely contemporary style of design, and the stairs which lead to the second floor. So, and again, the bathroom absolutely is brand new or renovated, brand new, I would say. And this slide reflects the double room annex. So the next building, which is located not across the road, but on the beach itself, without any proximity, without any distance to the beach. So it means the second part, the annex part, is located on the beach. And the rooms which are located in this annex building is double annex. You can pay attention, it's absolutely brand new interior design, absolutely new product. And the second room type which is located is annex apartment. So you should not be petrified, or you should not be afraid that annex is something like wrong, or you should be afraid. Annex is just like indicator that it's the building which, let's say, is not the main building, like extra premises, extra buildings, and not more. So nothing petrified inside of this meaning like annex. And all rooms in double annex and annex apartment, they have fully equipped kitchen corner, except electric stove. It means that our guests will not be able to cook themselves. But for example, to cook some Greek salad, or for example, after they visited some local tavernas, they were so impressed by the salad which the locals prepared, they cooked. So they come at home, the apartment, they decided to, let's say, to repeat themselves. Believe me, if you ask me how to and what ingredients they use, I will advise you. Well, so for the small kids, they have playground. For the small guests, they have playground, and they have mini disco. The bus station, the close bus station, only 50 meters from Banana Moon. So it means that several bus stops, €2, like a fine to the old town, and our guests will, let's say, enjoy walking along the Côte d'Azur of Rethymno town, because, let's say, the beach, the coastline, the shoreline of the Rethymno is so long, let's say, is so long that it can be compared with, for example, the French Côte d'Azur. Well, so the next one, Adele Paradise Resort. You pay attention that Adele, so it means we still stay in Adele region. It's 5 kilometers from the Rethymno. Adele Paradise, 4-star hotel, all inclusive. We cooperate with Adele Paradise almost 4 years consequently. It's approximately 350 or 400 meters proximity to the beach. Sunbeds and umbrellas against the payment, €3 per person, in the terms that our guest will buy some snacks or some liquids for refreshments or fruits, whatever they want, in the beach bar. So you see that it's, let's say, 4-star hotel, all inclusive. If, for example, you are seeking a 4-star hotel all inclusive, and you set filters like 4 stars all inclusive, Adele Paradise will be, together with Bali, Mare, Casa, Orama, Artemis, one of the first proposals you will be able to observe. Absolutely modern, contemporary style of the rooms, with possibility to accommodate up to 3 adults in the room. If you ask me about the infrastructure for kids, I would say, unfortunately, absolutely limited, just some small section in the pool, in the main pool. So it means that, for example, if our guest is looking for some family-oriented hotels, so probably Artemis, Adele Paradise wouldn't be match their needs. But despite the fact, I always repeat, despite the fact that no specific infrastructure for the kids, more than half of reservations include children inside. So it means that mainly families and let's say they prefer Adele Paradise for the vacation. The next one, Blue Sky Apartments, and we live Adele region, and we are in Malia. Malia is the east part of Crete. It's approximately 35 kilometers on the east way, and here we talk about apartments. So the rooms which we propose to the guest, 1-bedroom apartment, which consists, like, obviously from the bedroom, with a separate living room with a fully equipped kitchen corner. And when we remark fully equipped kitchen corner, we mean that it's included electric stove. So our guests, your tourists, can choose room rate without any type of meal, or they can add during the reservation breakfast the buffet style. Everything. And so you see the absolutely spacious veranda or balcony terrace, call it as you wish, and the distance to the beach approximately 600 meters. So the Malia, I'm sure that you know the Malia, absolutely, let's say, popular bustle and hustle area in Crete. So it's no one will feel them alone or will feel lonely being in Malia. So it's only, let's say, a decision of the day, which, let's say, direction they will choose today. They will go on the left, on the right, or so it means that touristic infrastructure will be around of them. So Blue Sky Apartments, Pella Maria. Now, let's say several hotels which we will talk about. They are located in Chersonesos area. Chersonesos area, again, it's the east part of Crete. It's 27 kilometers from the airport. And Chersonesos was the first region, the first area which met the touristic touristic industry and adopted, let's say, itself. It has happened in latest 60s or early 70s of the previous century. When the tourism industry came in Greece, it was, let's say, the second part of the 20th century. And Chersonesos was the first city, the first region which adopted. That's why, let's say, Chersonesos has some specific features comparing with the region which, let's say, become popular or started or getting to be popular later. And we will talk about this specific features characteristic now. Pella Maria, recommended 3-star hotel all-inclusive across the road. As for me, for the couples, for the single traveler, with let's say a small small area, because all hotels which are located in the center of Chersonesos, they cannot boast by the spacious areas because they are in the heart of Chersonesos. All hotels, we will talk about them. So Pella Maria, absolutely contemporary style of the room interior. And Pella Maria is well-known product on in Baltic market, I'm sure. And looking at the reservations, it's, let's say, getting more popular and popular from the season to the season. So Pella Maria all-inclusive, approximately 50 meters again from the beach, and payable sunbeds and umbrellas. So about the specific features of Chersonesos. Along the Chersonesos, along the whole this city, between the beach and between the touristic infrastructure, the first hotel line runs the road. It's not the main road, but the road itself, like one-way road between the beach and between the first line of the hotel. So when the tourism industry came in this area, it was a different perception how should be, what let's say needs, expectations of the guests. So it means that it's they idealized, they created the idea they will walk along the beach, they will breathe the air, because the sea bathing was not so popular at the end of the 60s and beginning of 70s. Today, we cannot imagine how it's not possible to come on the sea resort and not to swim. For us, it's like some, let's say, unimaginable situation, which we cannot imagine even. So, but 70 years ago, it was the different perception. So the main characteristic that almost all hotels are across the road. And only hotels which are located on the outskirts, like, for example, in the beginning of Chersonesos, Crete Maris, the beginning of Chersonesos, or at the end of Chersonesos, like Airy Complex or Nana Golden Beach, and some extra hotels, because they are located on the outskirts, they have definitely spacious areas and not across to the road, but on the beach. So the next one, Hotel Artemis Hotel, and located across the road. It's absolutely contemporary hotel, contemporary style hotel. You see, it's the main restaurant which serve main breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the buffet style. The Scandinavian style of the interior. So the Scandinavian style, it means that a lot of natural materials like cotton, fabric, like wood, furniture, so excluding any artificial materials. So this is, and minimalism, no extra ornaments, no, let's say, everything what augmented the some interior. Well, about the quality of the beach, the beach in Chersonissos is sandy beach, not some pieces, small pieces or chops. I will show you can be like not pebble, but like some stone beach. But I will show you where we can meet this, let's say, exception, but quite romantic exception. And because, let's say, 70 years ago, they made the road between the beach and between the first line of the hotels, it means that automatically they have stolen some part of the sandy beach. Unfortunately, we can now call it like unfortunately, but 70 years ago it was a different perception about what should be correct and how should be how to say what expectations they meet from the travelers. Well, Artemis Hotel, again, 4-star hotel, all-inclusive, without any bright infrastructure for the small guests. We just have some small section in the main pool, but quite less spacious rooms. We have double, triple, family, and so on. So definitely this hotel, Artemis, Pella Maria, for the active tourists, for the couples, solo travelers, and for the families. Definitely we shouldn't exclude families. The next one, Harma Boutique Hotel. I definitely personally admire this hotel because I like this some unique style which this hotel has. Again, located across the road, approximately 50 meters, and all hotels which we talk now about, like Pella, Artemis, Karma, Polis, and even which we don't talk now about, like Marie Christine, Golden Beach, and some other hotels, they are neighboring to each other because they're close and they are, let's say, located in the obvious vision of each other. Harma Boutique Hotel half-board, comparing with the previous hotel, provides half-board meal type for the guests. So, and again, I should draw your attention that we have 5 buildings. 5 buildings. Just one building has the name main building because it adopts a reception and the main restaurant. The rest 4 buildings, they have name annex. So it means nothing petrifying, nothing to be afraid because just they don't include in the structure of the building the premises, reception, and the main restaurant. So, because again, the areas which hotel possess, let's say they possess, they are quite limited. So it means they are not able to expand their infrastructure of the hotel. They grow not in horizontal, let's say, dimension, but they grow on, let's say, up. I will show you like examples. So all rooms which we provide to the guests, to the guest, each has the name classic annex room side sea view. So it means automatically all guests receive side sea view. And again, this is about, let's say, evidence of my words that because they are limited with the area, they start to build up, like, for example, some terrace, a la carte restaurant, some open gym, and so on. So it means that like multi-fly floor buildings. So the gym, restaurant, and here, please pay attention in the interior of the room. It's some combination between the Scandinavian style and between the boho style. So, and here you see the Balinesias wood bed, the straw light fixture, if I'm not wrong. Yes, and so again, some natural materials like straw, like wood, like cottons, and excluding any artificial materials. So here you see the interior of Harma Boutique Hotel. Again, the new one name for you, the new one is the Casa Orama Hotel 4-star all-inclusive. Hotel in the boho style, let's say outlets like main restaurants, sun terrace, the area of the pool, they are decorated in the boho style. So you see, you observe now. And just the interior of the room remains to be in a classical way implementation. So then probably they will add some extra, let's say, ornaments, some braziers to, let's say, to maybe equalize to the general outlet style. So, and absolutely renovated and fresh bathrooms. The Hotel Casa Rama Boutique all-inclusive, 100 meters from the beach. Well, Porto Greco, definitely. As all previous hotels, it's the exclusive hotel of Join Up in the Baltic market, Porto Greco, the hotel which, let's say, never have the rest and always try to be the best version of itself every year. And here the hotel has 4 pieces of the beach, 4 pieces. So you see 2 sandy beach and 2, let's say, I would say stone beach. And here on the upper level of this stone, they put sunbeds and umbrellas. So quite, let's say, Instagramic photos they receive. So, and then you see again the road, which I already mentioned, between the beach and between the first line of the hotels. So, Porto Greco Village, we have signed exclusive contracts. The typology of the rooms counts 9 different room types, starting from the standard rooms and ending by family 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, deluxe with sea view. You have absolutely modern style main restaurant. And again, because I always try to describe and characterize the hotel, which, let's say, they think about their future, about the guests. They try to shift up the routine day of the guests. They try to improve services without stopping. So, for example, this season they brought new 2 a la carte restaurants, and one of them you now observe, you watch. It's the Italian restaurant, so it means that above the main restaurant, hotel has 3 a la carte restaurants: Italian, Greek restaurant, and beach club. The slide about the beach club, which belongs to the Porto Greco and located across the road on the beach, you see now. As for me, it's absolutely stylish and fascinating place, which is divided in 2 parts. The first part is, let's say, dedicated and devoted to the guest with the, let's say, the average age, like 30 plus and so on. And the next part, as for me, they're dedicated for youth. And even the some adjacent characteristic features, like the furniture, the style of the furniture, like the sound and music. For example, the first part, which for the average age, it's jazz, relaxing, lounge music. And for example, the second part, which for the youth, it's absolutely soft armchair, and the music's accordingly to the age of the youth. So they respect and try to meet all expectations and to satisfy all needs the guest can, how to say, explicite. So again, it's about the first part of the hotel, which let's dedicate it to the average. And this is about the rooms. It's the standard room. So it means that, and here I will show you the new style. So the new style is a deluxe room, which they prepare to the season 2025. So let's say up to you, up to the guest, what room type they would prefer to stay in. So about the, let's say, Porto Greco, you see that I have put, let's say, quite long description, but definitely I will not read and will not fill in the the time with all details. As for me, I have, let's say, indicated the most ones. Just again about the infrastructure for kids, we have only 2 children pools and high chairs in the restaurant. So it means that the Chersonissos hotels, which are located in the heart of Chersonissos, they cannot boast by infrastructure for kids. So let's say reasonably, because they are limited by the area, by the space. Polis Hotel, I'm sure I should not introduce and acquaint you with the Polis Hotel. You definitely know. Just to inform you that this season 2025, they offer for the guests 2 meal types, half-board and all-inclusive, because the previous year they followed only one meal type, all-inclusive. Now our guests are able to choose half-board or all-inclusive. So absolutely contemporary style of the rooms. All rooms are quite spacious. For example, double room up to 25 square meters, triple room up to 30, and family room it's up to 40 square meters. I would say it's a legendary hotel with high quality service and let's say personal touch. All hotels which I describe and which I introduce you, they are well-known hotels, maybe just because we signed the contract with some of them for 2025. Maybe some names for you are new, but they are not new, let's say, for the rest markets, because let's say we cooperated with them in the previous years on on other markets. So Polis Hotel, Airy Beach Era, yes, definitely Era, Airy Beach and Airy Village and Sun Bay. So it's the complex, I would say, complex which is located on the outskirts, like leaving the Chersonissos and let's say heading to Malia. We meet this how to say spacious area with the name Airy Complex. So just a second, something turn back. I will show you the map. So initially, many years ago, it was one hotel with the name Airy Beach. But then year by year, they started to divide for some independent areas or hotels. So now, instead of the one contract, we should sign, for example, 3 different contracts, but no any boundaries, no any limits for the visiting or for the walking between the areas. So it means that no any limits exist. So just to explain you where every part is located. So in the middle of this Airy complex is Airy Village. They call it Airy Village because it seems that the premise, the buildings which they include in this contract, they are not so high. That's why let's say that's some like allusion on the bungalow cottage style. The right side on the map, it's Airy Beach. Yes, Airy Beach, because you see it's a multi-floor buildings, and that's why they decided to call it like Airy Beach. And the left side, it's a new part of the Airy complex, which, if I am not wrong, was built 4 or 5 years ago. Sun Bay, brand new part, let's say. So it means it's 3 different hotels, but with one common area, without boundaries. And the guests can visit and, for example, use the aqua parks of Sun Bay, or the guests of Sun Bay go to the beach, or which you see like a green lawn, and they can use the beach everywhere they want. So the Airy complex, they have 2 types of the beach: the sandy beach, natural beach, and the artificial one. The both of them provide free of charge services on the beach for the guest. Just the guests of every village and every beach, they should consume the meal in their restaurant and not allowed to have the breakfast, lunch, dinner in Sun Bay main restaurant. This is just one restriction which we meet. So, for example, if you have some request from the guests that we would like, for example, to spend a vacation in family-oriented hotel. So the first answer, like economy efficient answer, like the answer with respect to the content of the pocket and the bank accounts. So it means that the first answer, which satisfies all needs which can arise, like mini club, playground, mini disco, water slides, aqua parks, everything. So it means it's the first answer would be Airy Beach. And I mean that it's like the hotel which located on the first row with free of charge sunbeds and umbrellas, and which satisfy, let's say, the needs from the kids, for example, to make them happy. So about pardon. So this is the photo of the main restaurant and about the rooms. So the typology of the rooms which we propose, which hotels propose. So they are equal, let's say they're more or less equal between three of them. So it's like now you watch, it's a quadruple room, family room open plan with a bunk beds, which can accommodate maximum 2+2. Then we have family rooms with separate living room, bedroom. Yes, there are standard double room garden view, standard room sea view, and so on. And this room type, which belongs to sun bay. So you see that it's the coloring of the furniture is a little bit lighter than comparing with the Airy Beach and Airy Village. So the first hotel which we can provide for the family vacation is the Airy Beach and Airy Village, and definitely it's the, let's say, endless list of the hotels which let's say have the focus on the family vacation, like and the Greek hotel, like Mises hotels, and so on. Mistral Mare. Mistral Mare, it's a miracle hotel, I would say, a miracle, yes, because as for me, they perform hidden expectation and hidden needs, maybe which our tourists don't speak loudly. I would say like that, because Mistral Mare, unique hotel, which located, as Greek people say, in the middle of nowhere. So it means no any touristic infrastructure is around of the hotel. Hotel is perched, let's say, in the sun edge of the mountain with a great panoramic, fascinated, mesmerizing view. And Mistral Mare, one of the most popular, well-known hotels. So it means, despite the fact that no any infrastructure around, so it means that the people, they might feel themselves alone, but in the fact they don't feel themselves alone. So it means that there are questions why so many guests, so many tourists, they prefer to stay in Mistral Mare. Probably you, as professionals, you know the answers, because the number of reservations which we observe from the Baltic market, so definitely you know. But for me, it's the question, but always I try to find the answers. Mistral Mare is located in the region Eastern, and the Eastern, as for me, again, it's the most beautiful place in Crete, with mesmerizing sea view. Mesmerizing. Probably this, let's say, mesmerizing sea view effect has some healing effect on the soul, on the heart, on the brain, on the head of our guests. So probably if the people prefer staying in Mistral Mare Hotel, they on purpose, they choose some loneliness and some just enjoying the view without any extra distractions, without any touristic infrastructure. So this phenomena as Mistral Mare exists. So it means how many exhausted, tired travelers, so they prefer to stay just vis-a-vis, tete-a-tete with the sea, and no one around more, no one. So even the bus stop is very, very far. So let's talk. Definitely, I was trying to include in the presentation some photos, but nothing can convey, nothing can reflect what is the colors, what the shaders of this blue, dark blue, this turquoise colors they are able to see. Nothing. You just close your eyes and you just think you will open and the color will disappear, because it's not possible, let's say, to have because the human talent, even the human genius, is not able to convey, to how to say, to make it by the hands. So it's just how to say, in the power of the nature and God. So I'm just trying to explain how beautiful this place is. So again, no any infrastructure belongs to this hotel, just panoramic view and 3 types of rooms: mountain view, side sea view, and panoramic sea view. So you see, even the interior has just combination between some different shadows of blue and white. As for me, absolutely classical and smoothing combination. Yes, and this room type is the panoramic sea view, which is located in the Golden Wing. So sunbeds and umbrellas with the extra payment. So something like that. But Mistral Mare doesn't say that we don't accept the children with the family with kids. Definitely not, but they just don't. They just don't provide any infrastructure. So now we are heading to Bali area. Bali area is the west part of the hotels, west part of Crete, approximately 45 kilometers on the west way. Talia Beach, the first line, as you see, and Bali is absolutely specific area because it's like a gulf. It's not a gulf, it's a gulf which is surrounded by the mountains. So, and thanks to that, it creates some perception of the amphitheater. And because the hotels, they are located on the ground floor, let's say, or like bel etage, or like parterre, or let's say, so like a level, a lace in the theater. So the Talia Beach, it's the ground floor, let's say, without any road between the beach and between the hotel itself. In the bungalow or cottage style with the sandy beach, quite green, as you see, with a lot of palms, and the bungalow style. So with water slides and absolutely classic style of interior in the rooms. Sunbeds and umbrellas against of the payment, so it means with the extra charge. So the someone who is seeking, who is looking for the, let's say, some quiet, family, serene type of the vacation, Bali would be a great answer. Bali, it's like microcosm, because Bali region has everything what has every big resort like Chersonisos, Maria, Retina, even the nightclub Bali has. Supermarket, mini market, Lakey, I mean this farmer markets, everything. So it means that everything to satisfy the expectation, needs, and hopes of the guests. So, and because the people, they stay in these multi-floor buildings, they always preferred, let's say, during their vacation, to prefer staying in bungalow, and is much more close to the ground. So Talea Beach all inclusive. Bali Mare, definitely no any introduction. So just I will scroll the slides and just to remind you about the Bali Mare. For me, it's like Italian villa because they use a lot of marble, a lot of wood, and in general style, very close to the Italian villa style. A lot of flowers, greenery, yes, some arc, paved road which leads from the entrance to the road. So some this, let's say, specialities, these peculiarities that belong to the hotel. And yes, about the room, double room, which can accommodate up to 3 adults, and the family room open plan. Hotel is like just to remind you, located approximately 500 meters from the beach, with a great panoramic sea view, sunbeds and umbrellas against of the payment. So gazebo close to the pool, and for example, if you are looking for 4-star hotel all inclusive, so it will be the first hotel which will be offered by online platform to you. Bali Mare, Atali Grand. Again, Atali Grand, it's legendary hotel despite the age, maximum 5 or 6 years. So it's absolutely young hotel, but already legendary hotel which is located in Bali, with, let's say, some height, approximately maybe 150 meters higher the level sea, with a great panoramic sea view, absolutely contemporary style. You see, it's like outlets, reception area. Yes, they added integrated aqua park. So for the guests of Atali Grand, this service is free of charge. They have mini club, playground, and 3 types of the rooms, like superior garden view, superior sea view, and family room open plan sea view, if I'm not wrong. Yes, family room open plan sea view. So Atali Grand doesn't need any introduction. It's just a legendary hotel. Atali Grand meets Bali Paradise. Yes, here I should just a second. Meets Bali Paradise 4-star all inclusive. We signed the exclusive contracts for the Baltic market 10 days ago. And Mrs. Bali Paradise, definitely, like the previous hotels, they don't need any introduction. Just to remind you that Mrs. is always philosophy, like Greek hotel or Lunda Beach, Lunda Bay, Helios hotels. They have philosophy, the concept, entire concept. And Mrs. Bali Paradise is not exception. They always follow some strict rules that they should satisfy all needs, all ages, on the high level quality. So it means they meet challenges with, for example, different allergic, which unfortunately we face up today. So they trying to follow, and they trying to, let's say, to satisfy any request. So the vegan corner always is integrated as integral part of the buffet during the main meal types. So, but about the health lifestyle, definitely some of the guests, they prefer the opposite, vice versa. For example, like popcorn, like burgers, like some sweets. I have forgotten the English name. So it means that not only, let's say, the last trends about the health lifestyle, but let's satisfy the expectation about the, let's say, fast food as well. So they provide the food street as well. So spa is always an obligatory part of the service. Then the sport activities, again, they pay very serious attention to the animation program, day and evening animation program. The special interest they give to the small kids, to the small guests. So mini club, teenager club, a mini disco, the meal for the kids during the main meal. So the hotel has water slides, 3 water slides, and the main information which you are definitely, let's say, are not aware, because it's coming now, it's running now. Hotel Mrs. Bali Paradise make some reconstruction, and till the middle of the April, they will be able to boast, you see, absolutely renovated main pool area and adjacent areas like pool bar. They are on the way of renovation. Just like I will show you entrance to the hotel and the reception area. You see how stylish it looks like now. Yes, and hotel provides definitely free of charge on the beach sunbeds and umbrellas. Regarding the room types which we hotel propose, it's double twin garden view, the most popular room type, twin side sea view, twin sea view, quadruple garden view. Quadruple, it's similar to the like every hotel has. It's the open area room with a bunk beds, and the family room, classical family rooms with separating door. So probably about the Mrs. Bali Paradise. Yes, I should do again to draw your attention that now Mrs. Bali Paradise gave us 30% of discount with booking window until the end of March, and the period of stay until the end of May. So the next one hotel, Mistral Bay. So don't be afraid. I just have some 2 more hotels, and then I will convey the turn of speaking to Daria. Mistral Bay Hotel. Again, some surprise for you. Definitely you know these hotels, but what differences we have by the season 2025. Hotel changed the mealtime, and now they provide half board instead of all-inclusive. Hotel made the renovation of the rooms by the season of 2025. I will show you. Just to remind you that hotel is, let's say, like a flagman, like the first who meets the tourists which come to Agios Nikolaos, because they when we let's say go out from the hotel, turn on the right side 20 meters, and you, let's say, in the Agios Nikolaos already, and you are. Yes, so across the road, it's a pebble beach with the payable sunbeds and umbrellas. And about the rooms, look, please, look at the room types. So it's again absolutely contemporary style with natural colors. Yes, and in a green color. So everything close to the natural colors. And about the kids infrastructure, unfortunately, almost nothing. Just some high chairs in the restaurant and children's pool, nothing more. So again, it's for the active tourists. Galini Sea View Hotel. It's the hotel which is located in the, let's say, the latter west part of Crete, Chania area, 120 kilometers on the west from the airport. Galini Sea View. It's the most budget, I would say, economy efficient 5-star hotels, all inclusive. Hotel multi-floor building with 3 a la carte restaurants. So on the top floor you see Asian restaurant, 2 floors lower it's the Italian restaurant, and on the ground floor main restaurant, and the separate it's the Greek cuisine a la carte restaurant. Hotel doesn't, let's say, located close to the beach. It's the distance between the beach, the proximity is approximately 120 meters, sunbeds and umbrellas against the pavement. The quality of the beach, it's some mixture between sandy and pebble beach. Hotel has a room type that main building side sea view. Hotel offers 2 water slides for the kids, mini club, playground, but the area itself of the hotel is not spacious. But despite, let's say, the quite modest features of the 5-star hotels, but let's say hotels doesn't meet reclaiming from the guest side. We cooperate with Galini Sea View, not to be false, from the COVID period, let's say, yes, up to 5 years alone without any suspicion. Yes, and so we that's why we continue cooperation from year to the year. And the last one hotel, just a second, I will return just to show the style of the interior. It's the classical English style combination between the beige and the dark brown colors. And the last one, Hotel Sokol, which is located on the opposite sides of the island, on the southern part in region Plakias. And it's very close to the philosophy of Mistral Mare Hotel, because infrastructure which, let's say, surrounds the Sokol Hotel is not, let's say, so bright, so vivid infrastructure. So it means that the guest who on purpose choose Sokol Hotel, they definitely know the reason. Hotel Sokol exists, and because it was built from the scratch, from nothing, again, starting from the COVID period, so it means that like the 4th season, and despite the young age, Hotel demonstrates a lot of repeaters, and I know the answer, because if there is question, so it should be answer on the question. It's because a hotel demonstrates absolutely personal touch and care of every guest. They know the names, they know let's say the names of the hotels, they know everything about the guest. And when we in communication with the owner of the hotel, so they always, let's say, underline that look a lot of repeaters every year from the area. So I will show you on the picture where's the hotel located, let's say on the some height. So the sunbeds and umbrellas on the beach are free of charge if the distance of 400 meters they consider like quite long and exhausting, so they can use the free of charge shuttle bus, which runs from the hotel to the beach officially several times a day, but believe me, no one counts how many routes they make during the day. So about the room types which hotel provides, it's double room, triple room, and quadruple room. Again, it's the open space rooms with a bunk bed for the kids. For the not only for the kids, but this, let's say, quite long bunk beds. That's why the quadruple room can accommodate up to 4 adults. So, and the sea which, let's say, our guest will swim if they stay in Sokol Hotel is African or Libyan Sea. And as I already mentioned, we have in portfolio join up more than 500 names, up to 600 names, and So it means they're starting from the Iberostar and ending Helios hotels, Elunda SA, Icarus, Fodele Star Beach, Bali Beach and Sophia Village, everything, whatever your guests would like to choose. So we can satisfy the expectation. So that's it. So thank you so much for your attention, and we will be delighted to answer all your questions. And in case you are interested, thank you so much. We can meet on the specific topic, like, for example, family hotels or luxurious hotels. Thank you so much.
Evgenia, can you turn next slide, please?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hello, colleagues, once again. We would like to remind you some useful information regarding, first of all, payment terms. We would like to remind you that we have prepayment 15% for all destination, not only for Crete. Just for your reminder, from 1st October from last year, we have changed our prepayment amount. It is 15%. And the cancellation condition, the last payment, the total payment tourists should make 21 days before departure. Oh, yes, it's like our rule. Just to remind for you, if you have any other questions, please, you're open to ask your sales team, your curator, which you know. Please, next slide. And also very useful information for you. And I just would like to underline that it's very important when you are issuing the documents for the tourists in booklet and voucher for hotel. We have special QR code for Guide in the Pocket. Once again, we just would like to remind you that Guide in the Pockets is very unique and useful thing which you can show and use by you or by your tourists as you wish, how is convenient for them. Just to remind, they have 4 places where they can connect with our Guides in the Pocket. Guides in the Pocket are physical people who are working in all 3 countries from 9 till 9 every day, and they are ready to help your tourists. If the tourist can't contact their guide on spot, they can write to Guide in the Pocket and say, hello, I would like to know at which time is my transfer. For example, they want to change the room. They are already on destination and they're not happy. You are welcome to have answer of that. If we have delays, for example, from 9 till 9, you're also welcome to write and Guide in the Pocket and tourists too, and to have useful information. We all understand that's why Guide in the Pocket very useful tool for you to make your work with the tourists more easier. Yes, and we can connect with them straight. Please, next slide. Yes, and I would like to remind about our contacts, of course, once again, that we are working every day from 9 till 6. Yes, reservation department and sales department. And also we are working on Saturdays from 10 till 3. You're welcome to write in the reservations if you have some very urgent issues. If you have urgent issues out of our working hours, please remind you about our SOS number, which is here is written. Yes, it's Ukrainian and it's not for calls. You can write here messages in Russian, in English. And I just would like to remind you that our SOS number is for very, very urgent cases when the flight is near 2 days, 2-3 days maximum. Yes, and our colleagues from Ukraine are always ready to help you. Plus, we have cc@joinup.ua. This is email where you also can write if you have urgent case, you need to say payment document or something like that. Yes, also our sales department contacts. Just to remind, in Latvia are responsible me and Richards. In Estonia, Angelica and Madeleine, and in Lithuania, it will be Daria and Vaida. Yes, they're always ready to help you. And once again, we remind you that our reservation departments in Latvia and Estonia, they don't, and in Lithuania, they don't have separate email. All contacts with the reservation department are through system. If you have question, ask in system. If it's not related, maybe with the reservation, it's kind of other questions, you're welcome to ask your sales managers. If you don't have a reservation also, of course, before, if you need to clarify something, you can come to us and we will help you. And MICE department, we have MICE group department when you're welcome to send your requests. If you have, for example, 15 persons and they want to have some extra services, it's better to go to the MICE department. Our colleague, she's located physically in Latvia. She speaks Russian, English, and Latvian language. She's ready to help you. You are welcome. And if you have 21 person and more, of course, all these requests, please send to MICE. We will try to find the best price for you. And last slide, please. And we would like to remind you that we have very active places where we are trying to post all our news. Also, we are like double putting here newsletters, very important, which you want to pay attention. This is our Facebook groups. You can take this QR code, and we have 3 separate groups right now for each country separate, and it's a native language. Thank you so much that you listened and spent time with us. We hope with Eugenia it was very useful, and it will help you to have more sales and you understand Crete more better. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye. And the webinar will be recorded. Don't worry. Bye.